Hey guys, today we're going to do something a little bit different on this channel I've just started. As you can see back here, we have a really rough looking Datsun there, and we're going to see if we can't get it to start. This is a car I bought as a donor. It's a 78 model. I really bought it for the transmission and rear end because it's got the manual 5-speed and R200 rear end, and we put it in my 260Z as I restore it. But I'll give you a walk around the car. So anyways, you can see just how rough this car is. Now I've already done a pre-wire up to make this thing run because it's, as you can see, it's in rough shape. But you can see just how rough this car is. This is the good side. This is actually the side that looks pretty decent. You can see the floorboards are gone. There is no dash or harness. What harness is there is cut up and mangled and messed. But one way you can tell if it's a 78, so 77, 78Zs are different than 75, 76 280Zs back. So this 280 from 76 back was very similar to some of the designs of the 240. One of the giveaways is this right here. The actual latch only has 2 holes. We have 3 holes on the other. It has a different latch design. Walking around the car here, you can see I'm going to get a back view. You can see the rockers they're gone. I'm walking around back here. So this is where it gets really ugly. We're missing a whole quarter panel of this car. But another giveaway of a 77, 78 model 280 is that they went with a donut rather than a full-size spare. So they shortened your tire area, and they put in this bracket here with a fake floor. So it has a fake floor. It comes up higher. What that gave you though is it gave you more fuel economy, or more fuel capacity. Because they actually raised the tank up. They put the sending unit on top of the tank instead of the side, so this is a cover where I think you could access that. And so that's some of the design changes between 76 to 77, 78. But yeah, this is lovely right here on this side. It's got some good rims on it. But as you can see, the rockers are just about gone on this one too. Still got the air conditioning unit. The floors, well, there is no floors. But this is why I got it right here, the 5-speed manual. That'll be coming out. But it came with an engine, so this is going to be a spare engine for me. That, like I said, I've actually got it to fire up. I had to do some work to it. I put a 76 distributor on it because the distributor was all seized up and nasty. This thing's been sitting outside for years, as you see it. And so what I've done, I've taken my box here, my ignition module. I've got it wired into the coil, got it powered, so now I can actually run the electronic ignition off external box here. But anyways, shout out to my friend Marty here. He's the guy that lets me store stuff at his house and everything else, and he's going to help me with the camera here as I fire this thing off for you guys. So also I forgot to show you guys the distributor that came out of this thing. So this is, like I said, a 76 distributor. This is the distributor that came out of it. As you can see, it is nasty in there, and the pickup was no good. That was the biggest thing. I ain't gonna try to take the screws out to remove it. So just pull that one off, put in my 76 distributor. It's actually a non-California, so it has the dual pickups. It was actually made for this box here, and that's how I got this thing to run. But also a note about this engine. So the reason I don't want to use this engine in particular in my 260Z build is it's got the N47 head, which is not a bad engine. It's still a good engine, but this is when they went to round ports, and the valves are not quite as big. My 76 280Z 2+2 has what they call the N42 head, which has a little bit larger valve, and it's a non-California model, so it doesn't have all the emissions, the EGR valve, all that junk. So it's a very clean engine. Larger valves, it breathes better, it's got square ports, and so that's the reason this is going to just be a backup engine that I'm going to just keep around, clean it up, and if I ever need it, I've got it. So that's kind of the game plan here. Alright, so let's see what we can do here. I'm going to connect my voltage for my ignition module right here. All I'm doing, I'm just running an external battery, jumper cables, and I've got a jumper wire so I can fire this thing up. We're actually using a vacuum line. Right here's some gasoline. Since the fuel injection system, I don't have all the wiring and relays for it. We're actually sucking fuel into the vacuum, and using that just to feed the engine to test run it. I give it a little shot of ether just to get it started here, and then it starts drawing from the tank. We'll see if it does that. Take this gator clip right here. It don't sound great right off the tank, but it does run. Bad connection there. There we go. Turn that back over that way. So let me put a little bit more over here. Make sure my fuel line is in our vacuum line is in our fuel here. This is some old gas. It's old two-stroke gas, which is really good for the top end of the engine. It's not the freshest fuel. Kind of modulate the throttle, we hold the gas line in there. As you can hear, it's a runner. I think we got a good engine here. Try it one more time here. She's smoking because I put oil in the cylinders. So I let it set with oil. It's a little seized up when I got it just from sitting outside. Let's go here. Is in the fuel. Little throttle, so I can get that throttle to stick a little open. Anyways, as you can hear, it's a runner. That's about as far as it's going to get the way I'm having to supply fuel for it. But anyways, I thought some of you guys might like to see this project. That's going to be a donor car for the 260Z I'm rebuilding, plus the 280 I'm mashing together. But thanks for watching. There'll be more here to come here very soon. Take care.